Hi, I'm Jones, and welcome to my weight loss vlog number 3. If this is the first video you're watching by me, I'll just let you know about myself. I am an archaeologist. I am 49 years old and I have been vegetarian or vegan for 30 years. I was vegan throughout most of my 20s and I am currently going back to a vegan plant-based diet since the beginning of the year. I decided to do that not only for ethical reasons, but because I feel like during my 20s when I was vegan, I was really healthy and really slim, and it was really easy to lose weight. And I have been on a weight loss journey for quite some time. I gained a lot of weight over the last 20 years while I was raising my kids. I have a 21-year-old and a 13-year-old who still lives at home. And I just decided it was time to really take control of my life and lose that weight and really take care of myself. I am in what they call perimenopause, so that means I'm basically just starting menopause, and that brings its own difficulties with losing weight, in addition to the struggles that I've had pretty much my entire life. So I thought this would be a really good time to do an update because, as I mentioned, I am an archaeologist and I just got back from doing a contract archaeology survey job in the desert. We were in the Mojave Desert, and it literally consisted of just walking back and forth across the desert every day looking for archaeological sites. And so we finished a bit early, so I didn't have a chance to meet the goal that I had set for myself, which was to lose 5 pounds in the time that we were there, which was going to be close to a month, but we actually finished the job in just over 2 weeks, and now I'm back home. And so while we were there, we walked between 10 and 15 miles every day. I literally walked over 100 miles in about 2 weeks. And so you'd think that that would be the totally opportune time to lose weight, to really get in shape, and that's what I was hoping to do. And all the time I was eating a plant-based diet, eating really healthy, watching what I ate. I did yoga every single morning, not only because I am getting into the practice of doing yoga every morning as soon as I get up, but the work is such that I pretty much had to do yoga every morning just to relieve all the aches and pains in my body, particularly my feet and my legs. I did a lot of yoga that was targeted towards sore feet and sore legs, and I don't know how I would have gotten by without that. And I don't know how some of the other people that I was working with got by on a daily basis, because I really take care of myself. I'm really healthy. I don't drink, I don't smoke, and archaeologists are notorious for drinking and smoking and partying, and there was a lot of drinking going on, not in a particularly social way, but one guy in particular that I had never worked with before was drinking a 6-pack or more of beer every night. He smoked constantly. Even as we were walking across the desert, he was smoking cigarettes and basically just eating fast food as his meals every day. I brought a lot of groceries with me to make sure that I could eat healthy while I was there. We had a microwave in the room and a refrigerator, and so I was able to make my own meals. Like I said, I was walking a lot of miles every day, doing yoga and tracking everything, not only tracking my calories on an Apple Watch, but also tracking my calories in an app that I've been using for quite some time. It's called Spark People, and it tracks your calories and your nutrition, and you input your exercise into there and it tells you how many calories you need. It gives you a nutritional breakdown, tells you what your ratios are as far as fat and protein and carbs and all that. And so I didn't track that every day, but I did a pretty good sample, and I ate a lot of the same things every day. So my watch was telling me that I was burning anywhere between 1,500 and 2,400 calories per day walking. That's not even the regular calories that you need to consume in a day, or that you would normally burn in a day just living. And you know, to lose weight, you need to have a calorie deficit, but really it's only something like 300 calories a day to lose weight, to lose, say, 1 to 2 pounds a week, I believe. And I was coming out with a calorie deficit every day of anywhere between 100 to 1,100 calories a day. And that was even with trying to pack in some extra calories, because right away I realized that my deficit was probably too much and I needed to eat more calories. So I started to bulk up my breakfast a little bit, bulk up my lunch a little bit, bulk up my dinner. And still I would have a pretty good deficit every day. Even when I had my days off, I went to visit my boyfriend's sister in LA, and she had a swimming pool, and I swam. We went to the beach one day. So even on my days off, I was getting some exercise. And my goal was to lose 5 pounds while I was out there. And like I said, we didn't stay the entire time that we originally thought we were going to, but still by the end of it, I felt like I had lost at least a couple of pounds. I felt like I was looking slimmer on my hips and thighs, which is the area that I really wanted to target. And I felt slimmer, I felt fitter, and I felt for sure I had lost some weight. But when I got home, I weighed myself, and I'm pretty convinced that my scale is actually broken. But what happened was I stepped on the scale, and it was basically telling me that I weighed exactly the same as I did right before I left. So I stepped on the scale again, and it went up 2 pounds. So I was like, this isn't right. And so I stepped on it again, and I gained another 3 pounds. So yeah, I gained 5 pounds in 5 seconds. So I think there's definitely something wrong with my scale. But I have weighed myself on it the last 2 days, and basically it's telling me that I gained 2 pounds. So as a backup, I measured myself, and I had done all my measurements right before I left, and I lost 1 inch in my waist. My thighs, my hips, my arms all measured exactly the same, but my chest seemed to be about 1 inch bigger, which is funny because the last time I measured myself, my chest had gotten 1 inch bigger. So at this point in the last month, I've gained 2 inches on my chest, which that's really confusing because I don't think my chest looks any bigger. So, but basically those measurements were kind of telling me that the inch off my waist just moved up to my chest. So I am really having a hard time figuring this out, and if you have watched my previous videos, you'll know that I have been really frustrated with this whole thing for a while, because I have been, you know, really good about eating a plant-based diet, watching my calories, getting exercise every day. Even when I was working in an office over the winter, every chance I got, I would go out and walk for like 10 or 15 minutes on my break, and that might have been like 2 or 3 times a day. I'd get home from work and I'd walk my dog. I did a lot of yoga, not every single day, but I did do yoga, and I didn't lose any weight. I didn't really gain any weight. I pretty much stayed the same, and then at one point I did lose a pound or 2, but then gained it right back. So I have been, yeah, really frustrated, and I feel like the last two videos maybe I was maybe coming across as a little bit negative about the whole situation, and I just want to make it clear that I am keeping a positive attitude, and I have been learning a lot about the law of attraction and how that works and how your thoughts affect things. I mean, this is something that I've known about for a really long time, but I never really applied it to weight loss. And so I have been, you know, doing positive affirmations that reinforce that I do love my body, and telling myself that my body functions as it should. It uses the food that I give it to use as fuel to keep my body going, and I only eat what my body needs, and anything else that I eat, that I might happen to eat that is not useful for my body, will just go through and eliminate itself. And all these kind of like positive affirmations about my body and losing weight, and it's good to have that mindset, and it keeps me going, it keeps me positive, but so far it hasn't actually worked as far as losing weight. I do feel more fit when I look in the mirror. I can see a lot more muscle definition, and I think that has to do with all the yoga that I've been doing. So I feel strong, I feel healthy, I have a lot more energy than I used to, and all that is really positive, but I really do want to get rid of the extra weight. I just have these pockets of fat that I'll show you. So right around my hip area, a little bit on my belly. Yeah. You can't really see it, but my upper thighs and my upper arms are where I hold the most weight. So from all that walking in the desert, I do feel that my face actually slimmed out a lot, and that seemed to happen the last time I lost a lot of weight. I really lost a lot in here, which is great. It kind of makes me feel slimmer when I see pictures of myself or look at myself in the mirror and I don't see that like double chin thing going on. But yeah, I still have the little pudgy roll on the belly and the hips and the thighs and the upper arms, and so those are the areas that I'm really struggling with. The rest of my legs, my lower thighs and calves are perfectly slim. My arms, wrists, hands are pretty slim. You know, I feel good about that, but those areas are just hard to get rid of. So anyway, that's my update. Just letting you know that I am still feeling a little bit frustrated, but having a positive attitude about it. I'm not giving up. I'm on this journey of a plant-based diet for the rest of my life. That's definitely something I'm going to stick with, and I know eventually the weight will come off, but since I am going into menopause, that brings in additional challenges, and I think I just have to try a little bit harder. What that means after walking 100 miles in the desert, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna keep trying. And if you are having the same kind of struggles as I am, I hope that this inspires you to join me on my journey, and leave a comment below, and please subscribe to my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that bell for notifications so you know when I post new videos. So until the next video, peace. So I actually already started eating this, but here is my lunch for today. I have a sweet potato, half a sweet potato, with some pinto beans, quinoa and salsa, and a nice side salad.